As I promised, I said I was going to show you part 2 of my home tour through a video. I was going to take you upstairs to see the second floor. So before I do that, there was a few questions about some of the pieces in the piece here in the foyer, and I just thought I would show it to you a little more in detail. But this was a piece from Ed's uncle had given it to us. It was a hand-me-down, and it used to be like a darker wood, and I painted it about a year ago, and I really like it. But the cool thing about this is it's a desk too. You can see I didn't paint the inside, but that would not be a good thing to paint the inside of things, especially with so much detail in there. But anyway, so it's a really cute little sideboard desk. People have asked me if there's any markings on it. There's no markings on it whatsoever, so I don't know anything about it other than that it was given to us. And then somebody asked about the closet. So this is under the staircase. When we first moved in, it was open, and it was such a waste of space, and it looked so awkward. So we made a little hidden door to hide all sorts of storage. I keep my outdoor cushions in here when they're not in use, and we have all of our cleaning stuff in here. But that is a nice little spot hidden under the staircase. And the staircase I redid pretty much the first winter we came here. I did the steps, and then over the year, at that first year, then I took on painting all the balusters, the risers, staining the actual steps. It was a big process, but it was finally done. But it looks so much better now that everything was white. It was all brown. I will link to all the before pictures too if anybody wants to see them. But anyway, so let me just close this door and make it darker in here when I do that. But we'll go upstairs. Oh, and somebody asked me about this too. This is a mirror, and I made it. It's 2 window sashes, and I got this ceramic piece years ago at a place called Waccamaw Pottery. If anybody lives in the South, they might remember it. It's ceramic, and I painted it the same color gold. It was in our old house too, in our previous house in Pennsylvania. But it works there too, because if you read my post a few weeks, I guess it was last week now, to fit what you hang on the wall with the wall space, and you could see this is a vertical rectangle, and that's a vertical rectangle, so it works. And it works nicely too because it's bigger, and since it's a 2-story foyer, it kind of brings your eye up. So let's go upstairs. You can see from this point right here, I have some work to do up here. One of my projects this weekend, if you read my post yesterday, is I'm going to paint this upstairs foyer walls. They've never been painted. You can see where I've been testing white paint. That's the color I'm going to paint it. So when you come up here, you kind of turn, and then there's a hallway. It goes back down there to the game room. Okay, so here is the guest bathroom. Ed and I don't use this bathroom because we have our bathroom downstairs in our master bedroom. But this is purely for guests, and it's a small bathroom, but it works perfectly. And we did redo it from top to bottom. There was popcorn ceiling that I removed. I removed wallpaper and put this stencil. It's an all-over stencil on the wall. We added horizontal shiplap. That's just plywood that we had cut at Lowe's to size, and then just painted it white. And the vanity is from Wayfair. And that, I was so afraid we won't be able to find something to fit this expanse, but I did find this at Wayfair, and it works perfectly. And I love the marble top. And the mirror is from Kirkland's, and all the other the little basket, the trash can, and the shower curtain, all from TJ Maxx, Marshalls, or Home Goods. And one nice thing that the toilet and the tile in the tub area is all bright white. So we didn't have to really do anything with that. We did, when we first moved in, there was the glass sliding door shower enclosure. We removed that and put up the shower curtain. And the floor had really cool tile. I kind of really liked it. But when we removed the old vanity over here, the floor didn't have the tile, so we had to redo the floor. But this is called Nucor Luxury Vinyl Plank, and it has a texture to it. It's really, really cool flooring. It's downstairs in my studio office and down in the hallway of darkness and the bathroom in my laundry room. It's really, really durable. I really like it. It doesn't have any shine, so it really does look like real wood. So that is the guest bath. Hey there. So when you turn from the bathroom, you come to the first guest room. And I call these the guest rooms because this is only a 3-bedroom house. But since we're empty nesters and we don't have any kids living at home, I just make them guest rooms. It's not like our house is big and I have all these guest rooms. So anyway, this is the first one. And this room I call the pretty room or the colorful room. But this one I did for a blog hop a few years ago called Color Lovers. And we were supposed to do a room in our house and make it colorful. So I applied and I did it. And the walls, the panels on the walls are just canvases that I painted with craft paint to match the coverlet design. This is a piece that was in my dining room. It was the bottom of the hutch, but the hutch top is no longer, except the very top of the hutch is now my mantle. But that piece works, became a dresser. And this is a cool piece. This is a tray table. This comes off. I don't want to take it off right now, but it comes right off. It works as a tray, so you can put it on your bed. And the bottom it has like an Asian-inspired design to it. It was from Eddie's parents. And over here this was a piece hand-me-down. I stripped it a few years ago. It was in my kitchen on top of what now is in my bathroom downstairs. And it acted as my desk. I put bun feet on it. So now it's like this little sideboard for guests to put their stuff on top of. And then the mirror was just a clearance at Kirkland's. But I really liked it because it has like this cool texture to it. And the best part of this room now is the ceiling. We put the Armstrong Woodhaven planks up there. This one is called white painted plank. And it has just changed the room dramatically. It used to be popcorn ceiling up there. So we just love it. The ceiling fan is from Hunter, and that is called Hepburn. So, and then I'm always looking for things at the thrift store, little furniture to make over. I'd like to get a piece here, but in the meantime, this is just a stool that I painted green to hold the lamp. But coming to the blog someday, if I find a piece, you'll see what I do, how I redo it. And then outside, this room has the best view of the lake. It is a nice day here. It's supposed to go up to 81, but I have the doors all closed because there's so much pollen. As you can see, there is pollen everywhere. It's hard to breathe. But yeah, so anyway, this room has the greatest view. We live on like a little point of land on one section of the lake. This lake is very big, Lake Murray. And if you go past out on a boat, if we go past here, the lake gets really huge out there. So this is just our little space. And we have the downstairs there. You can see that comes off of the kitchen. And then over there is the living room. Last fall, I had replaced all the rotted wood, so you can see it's not stained. So now it's my turn to come in with my staining brush to stain it all. It's been raining the last 2 days, so it's so nice to see the sun. So then we come back in to the guest room. Close that, and we'll go out to the hall to the next room. So back in the hall, and we'll come down to guest room number 2. And this room has a king-size bed in it. So when people come here and we just have one couple staying, they usually stay in this room because of the bigger bed. But this room doesn't. This room has a really nice view too, but not as nice as the first room. So I call this the masculine room, where it has the more masculine vibe. And I painted an accent wall, navy blue, and the ceiling fan is from Hunter. And here we did the same ceiling in here, the Woodhaven, Armstrong Woodhaven planks in painted white. It's smooth planks. They do have other planks, many options. Some have wood that actually have a texture. They have stained planks. So if you were interested in finding out more, you could go to the Armstrong site and see all the different options that you could put on the ceiling. You could actually use these planks on walls too. The headboard in here, I'm always trying to do budget-friendly decorating. And this is just a sheet and a curtain rod with a finial. So the curtain rod hooks right into its hook and instant headboard. The lamps are from Marshall's or TJ Maxx or Home Goods, one of those places. I don't know what I would do without those places, but they are a decorator's dream. This piece, I was trying to find something that fit right in there, and I found this at Kmart. Works perfectly. This bench was at the end of my daughter's bed in our previous house. She had a king-size bed, so this was like held her toys and all her little junk. And I've never painted it, so it still has the colors of her old room. So I will paint that white probably this weekend when I do the hallway. The pictures here are from Minted. It's a boat. I don't know if you could see it, but it looks nice. Works perfectly with the lake. And I can't get that. I like what that says. And then go jump in the lake as a gift from a friend. So then over here is, this is one of the first, this piece was a hand-me-down. It was one of the first pieces I ever made over on the blog. Just an old dresser, but I put gift wrap on the top and I used decoupage medium in a matte finish. And that was 10 years ago, guys. This worked out perfectly. When people ask me, how did that hold up? Well, as you can see, it's held up just fine. Here, since these are guest rooms, I just put all little treats for them. Water and stuff, anything they might need. The lamp is from a hand-me-down from somebody. So that is guest room number 2. So we leave the second bedroom up here, the second guest room. We come down the hall to the game room. It's kind of a game room / fitness room, but this room didn't have a door when we first moved here. I don't know what, there was something funky here that we took off, but I can't remember what it was. But this door was the pocket door that was between the kitchen and the living room. When we removed that wall, we didn't have any need for the pocket door anymore. We just kept it in the garage, and I was glad we did because it works perfectly here, and it matches all the other doors in the house. So it was a win and an easy fix. We did have to put doorknob on it, and this is a Schlage doorknob that I put on all the doors in all the house. And the flooring in here is Tarkett luxury vinyl plank. It works really perfectly in here. It has a kind of a sheen where the Nucor luxury vinyl plank in the bathroom and downstairs doesn't have any sheen. This one has a sheen to it, but it would look so nice in here. And this room was, we call it the game room because the pool table, the previous owners asked us if we would like to have it. And I said no, and Ed said yes, and so you could see who won. But it's good because it's used a lot. When we have family and friends here, it's always being used. The ping pong top is kind of awkward, but it is what it is. I am trying to do something pretty back there, but I don't even know if I'm going to even try because these will always be here when they're not being used because we have no other place to put them. But everything in here was dark, so we painted everything white, and I kind of trying to color coordinate things in here. So you can see I have a turquoise vibe going. Where this cabinet, the corner cabinet was in my dining room in the previous house, and that was from my previous house to my living room, and it was in the living room here in this house at the lake. until about a year ago, and I moved it up here. So when I bought a fitness ball, I made sure to buy it in turquoise so it kind of looks color coordinated in here. I decided not to put any art in the wall, just to keep things simple and serene. With so much going on in the floor, it just keeps it more simple in here. The ceiling fans were dark brown, and I was going to replace them. But when I took them to the, when I was at the lighting store, the guy was like, oh, don't get rid of those. They work great. And they do. They whip around the air so fast. They're unlike any other ceiling fan. And any of the new ones just are not nearly as good as these. So we kept them. And these are actually the actual, I think they're the original globes. They kind of have a little brown tint to them, but they work. So, and then also in this room is something, kind of the only reason I ever have to come upstairs, because I don't have to come up here that often, is this closet. These louver doors are all brown. And there's another closet over there with all brown doors. I spray painted those white. And I put all new knobs on these. These are from D. Lawless, his online hardware. And so here's my stash. This is one of my stashes. I have 3 stashes in the house. This is the medium size craft stash. But it's like pipe cleaners and felt and all the little things that, you know, I might need when I need to make stuff. You can see I don't know if I pointed that out yet, the color of the paneling before I painted it. I didn't paint the backs of the doors because you never see it, so save myself some work. So that is the game room. We come back out to the hallway. So after leaving the fitness room, the game room, come out to the foyer and then look down at the staircase and the foyer floor that I just recently lightened up with grout whitener between the grout lines or the mortar. And it worked out perfectly. And someday, hopefully not forever, but someday soon, I would love to replace these 2 doors with 4 doors across here. 6-panel glass with just a little bottom panel of wood that will brighten everything up. I'm hoping we can do that soon, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see how much it's going to end up costing, because these doors work fine, so it's not something that I have to do. And I would like to get a new ceiling fan there too, maybe just white so it doesn't stick out so much. But they're on my wish list now. So that is the tour of the 2nd floor of my house. If you have any questions about anything that you saw in the video, just leave a question in the comments and I will get an answer to you as soon as I can.